please say less. Please say less.
I'm blessed, I don't GA. You tryna yes on yes on yes on yes. Say less. Say less. You ain't got you ain't go. Say less. Say less. Say less. You ain't got you ain't go. Say less.
People tryna say I'm on the enemy. Got a cold with my dogs, can't get in between. I can give them life, no more energy. Man, amen. Spent about 60 on the time, I can't even lie. No way in, no way out, do or die. So on roll, when I roll, must be. Amen, man.
I can't ride Benz, I don't do peace.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. This is Madden 18 on EA Sports. The Giants come into today's matchup wanting to find a way to walk out of the stadium with win number 5 on the season. It's the Texans going up against the Giants. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thanks. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the New York Giants. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Guyton. And, Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. We're in November now, so this is where you really need to settle in, start getting down to business.
And in baseball, they talk about the dog days of August. November, these are the dog days of football, trying to get in position for the big push.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they come into this one off a bit of a clunker last time out, a loss that ended their 5-game winning streak. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. The former national champion at Clemson bringing him onto the field, and that's the signal caller, Deshaun Watson.
I think his task in this game is really simple. Eliminate the turnovers. He threw 2 interceptions last week. I can't believe I led with that because he had 3 touchdown passes.
Right.
So there's a lot of good that he did, but he's got to take care of the ball better. The ball has to go to guys wearing the jerseys that they're wearing this week.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Olivier Vernon in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
He's got it complete to Braxton Miller. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now a first down throw, Watson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. And let's look here at the Houston offense.
With DeAndre Hopkins, I think anyone who's calling plays for him has 0 limitations. And what I mean by that is he's a guy who can move outside, you can move him inside, play him on the left side, on the right side. It doesn't matter. Some guys, they have to have the ball in a certain spot. Not Hopkins. Long, short, intermediate, he just wants the football. And then after that, he usually does some pretty good damage with run after catch.
The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And they better put that ball to the side because with that catch, he's a new single-season receiving yards record holder.
What a fantastic year. And we saw it start early, didn't we, partner? Right out of the gate, We knew he was going to have a tremendous year, but who knew it would culminate in breaking this all-time record.
On the right side, this is Miller. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Again, it's Watson. And Miller with it over the middle. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss because that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. So they're going to go for 2. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment, defense.
With that penalty, they only need 1 yard for the 2-point conversion.
And that can make all the difference trying to get those 2 points, right? Inches count down here in short territory. Maybe now they can get the 2 points that they want a lot easier.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
They'll try the sneak, and he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And what a way to cap off the opening touchdown drive. You go for 2, and you get it.
Remember when the PAT or the extra point was a gimme, right? Not plus 99%. It's not that way anymore, so more people are willing to take a chance, go for 2, and take the kicker a little bit out of the game.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by their 6'5" QB out of Cal. It's Davis Webb.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And the offensive starters for the New York Giants.
After guys have been in the NFL for a little while, you start to think that people will start to catch up with them because they've watched film and they kind of get a so-called book on them. But I think Odell Beckham Jr. continues to ascend because of his ability to not just create, but compete. He comes up with different ways to run his routes, different ways to shake people off. And the way he competes for the football always means he's going to be a big-time target for whoever's playing quarterback.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And a look now at the defense for Houston.
After a while, when you talk about J.J. Watt, you tend to run out of superlatives because he's just about done everything that a player can do in the league. NFL Defensive Player of the Year 3 times. Leads his team each and every game that he plays in. But the best part about him to me, besides the absolute physical talent, is that he elevates everyone else's game. He plays so well, plays so hard, that if you don't try to reach that and match that around him, it becomes obvious. So I think he elevates his team in that way.
Webb now. And that is incomplete.
Now that's a great opening series defensively. You force what should be a 3-and-out on your opening possession.
And great coverage there on third down to force the incompletion to set up fourth. Here's Brad Wing now to punt it away on fourth down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on the first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Devon Kennard. In from his linebacker's spot. He's able to drop it for a loss of about 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
He finds Hopkins complete. He got 29 yards that time. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arms saying, I'm wide open. They found it.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms because some guys, right off the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, those guys throw the one arm up, hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open that he was frantically trying to get his attention to make sure he got the football. And then I'm sure his only thought when the ball was in the air, don't drop it. Had too much time to think.
And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
Second down following the incompletion. Throwing again is Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Damon Harrison continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack, although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that, and the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you face an intentional grounding call.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Carry here for Orleans Darkwan. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
And he will lose yardage on the play back at his own 19-yard line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've hit the end of quarter 1. 8-0 our score. Back to MetLife Stadium in just a moment. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. Webb now from the gun. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Deshaun Watson of the Texans offense trot back out there. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes.
And it's pretty to watch. I mean, it's an absolute joy to see, but let's face it, we got to give a little bit of credit where it's deserved, right?
Well, the protection's been great, if that's where you're going.
Yeah, protection's been phenomenal, but how about how it's been spotlighted, right? Our producer, Christian McLeod, our director, Kyle Burt, the rest of the crew, what they put together with these images and pictures, if you're an offensive lineman, that's what you're taking with you to contract time.
They're going to have a lot to take to contract time if this continues. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up the first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually... Look at the big man rumble! Touchdown, Houston! A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Point after here coming up. And it's 15-0. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Giants ready to come out now. This is their third drive right now. Maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
On the run, Darkwan. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now. With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Whitney Merciless in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. 3rd and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's fielded at the 45. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout. You that coming up in 2 minutes time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. They'll run with Miller, and they'll get him down right about the 20. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
And you also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down.
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll run. It's Miller. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. It'll be a gain of 4, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches.
Yeah, on 4th and inches, you've got to be quick with your decision-making when you're running the football. You've got to find the hole and go. And he does a nice job here picking up the first down with a few yards to spare.
Setting up the screen for Miller. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's Watson now on second down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Update now from a game going on in Pittsburgh. And the Bengals out to the early advantage. Andy Dalton with 1 touchdown pass thus far. Extra point forthcoming. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the result, a Houston touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Webb looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Here's Brad Wing now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. taken from just outside the 30. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Around the NFL, second quarter in Indianapolis. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Now it's Watson. A.J. McCarron. A single touchdown pass to this point in that one. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Watson looks to throw again. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins as time expires in the first half. And the Texans will extend their lead. And now this will be the final play of the half, as with no time remaining, they'll try and add 2 more to the lead right before intermission. Watson now to throw, and he will get into the end zone. So a perfect finish to the half. They get the touchdown on the final play, and 2 more for good measure.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Giants have really struggled out of the gate here. The Texans have done a good job taking control of this game, and the scoreboard shows as much. So here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Texans open up on offense. Hopkins is found on the quick pass, and he'll be tackled at the 36-yard line. Later on the drive, Miller's got nobody around him on the catch, and he capped off the long drive with the TD, which takes the lead to 8. Now 1st and 10, Griffin's found on the quick pass, and he'll take this all the way for a touchdown. The lead grows to 15. Late in the second, Miller's by himself here, and he caps off the 6-play drive with the score. The lead grows to 22. Still late in the first half, Dustin Hopkins is found on the quick pass. And a quick 3-play drive ends with the score. Texans with the commanding lead.
Okay, Larry, a fairly one-sided first half as we get set to go in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And now out come the Giants. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. They'll run with Darkwan. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says, try something different. Try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Now Darkwan. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top. Well, rush coming, and he's taken down. Brian Cushing in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time.
I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Deshaun Watson and the Texans offense trot back out there. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. To throw is Watson. Wide open receiver complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. And on that last catch, Charles, he tops the 150-yard mark. It's one thing when your wideout gets that. When your tight end gets it, it's quite another.
We keep seeing the evolution of that position, don't we? Where we've seen where it's gone from strictly as a blocker to a guy who caught a few passes to now an integral part of the passing game, sometimes the primary receiver, because a lot of these guys have wide receiver skills, and we're seeing that on display here. Just think about the guys of the past looking back at this game and saying, sure wish that was me. I'd love to have gone out for those types of passes.
They go play action here on first down. That's caught right side by Anderson. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. 23 yards on the play. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
Lamar Miller, and he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
The play clock's running down. On 2nd down, here's Watson. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans continue to pour it on.
Brandon, is there any way you and I can join this quarterback in the zone he's in? He's absolutely feeling it. Touchdown after touchdown, throwing the ball.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Back to the NFL scoreboard for his 3rd quarter in Indy. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A.J. McCarron, a couple of touchdown passes thus far. first down, it's Webb. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Let's go! Green, 39!
On third down, Webb. He finds Beckham complete. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way, work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Now Webb. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Defense.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go. And he jumped a little bit too early.
All right, here we go.
Here's Webb. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked number 1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
Here's Webb. And this is going to be incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And Bullock will put this one through, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. Now it's Watson, a bootleg. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Right side, caught Fedorowicz. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a third and goal here. Looking to throw. Gutierrez. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is right there. It's good. Elsewhere, they're into the 4th at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. And the Colts, they've now taken the lead late in that one. Andrew Luck, a couple of touchdown passes thus far. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. It's been that kind of a day so far throwing the football. It just seems like nothing going right offensively.
Yeah, it's a catch that should have been made, pure and simple. And look, everything else that goes into running a good pass route, throw it all out if you don't catch the ball.
Been that kind of game throwing the football so far. Nothing going right offensively. To throw again. Webb. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now a first down throw. Well, he's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Second down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
Out of the gun, it's Webb. Open man right side is Ingram. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Now Webb. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 19 on the last play, 19 more here, and another first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
You know, every time we talk with people about the most important quality for a quarterback to have in the NFL, what do they usually cite?
Arm strength.
Yeah, and that's really way down on the list. Accuracy is one of the bigger ones, maybe the foremost one. That's what he needed on that play.
Throwing again. Webb. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. They'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. To throw on third down. Webb. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
On 1st and 10, Webb. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Elsewhere, they're into the 4th at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Gutierrez throwing to start the drive. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. Andrew Luck, good game throwing the ball, over 300 passing yards. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Houston, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Giants, it was a game they really needed as they dropped back to 4-6. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we sign off from MetLife Stadium.
People tryna say I'm only in the me. Got a cold with my dogs, can't get in between. I can give them life, no more energy. Man. Hey,
You have an injury from the last game. See how long they will be out.
no way in, no way out, do or die. So on roll when I roll, must be. Amen. Man.
I can't ride Benz, I don't do peace. I beast, I gotta eat. Saber tooth, tiger, diamond tooth teeth. Rockin' right now, won't you come peep? I was outside. The way that shake, leave your mouth wide. You need to say grace for you say thanks.
Amen. What's left in my life, don't know what's in store. I've been dealing with these blessings that I can't ignore. Putting up the numbers, we ain't keeping score. Amen. I here on the block, my side. Run it in the house for it's 12 o'clock. Yeah, the hood love me, but you gotta watch. Amen.
I just three, I don't do sleep. Yeah, tryna see. UV. Yeah, we gon' fall through, coming through deep.
Before we go any further, make sure to install your game plan for your upcoming matchup.
Ice the logo on the cross, threw it on my neck. Yeah, when I rep the set, gotta stay blessed. Yeah.
Amen. People tryna say I'm only in the me. Got a cold with my dogs, can't get in between. I can give them life, no more energy. Amen.
Man, what it meant to me. Everybody try to take the identity. Everybody around me turn to a friend of me. Sit back while I take on a remedy. I cannot let it get into me. This playing a toll on me, meant to me.
Like the way it sounds, Frody?
Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe. Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe. It's too hot, drop the top off the wagon. Lay back, fire like dragon. Man, I'm flying past Saturn. Out of here like I ain't that savage. Two. It's like I'm at the studio with Michael. You can hear me dancing on the beat. Ben, about to put a mansion on the beach. 100 Latins in your lobby. That's what happens when you're around with body. And I put that in my mommy. I will never give my heart to a I can just make a dance that goes with this song. Then I'ma be on. Basic, gon' dance to it. Basic, everywhere, gon' dance to it. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe for a minute. White Range Rover, in it. Let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. White Range Rover, all in it. You gotta, baby, shake that, shake that, shake that. You gotta, baby, shake that, shake that. I got 2 shows, I'm about to pitch another. Throwing alley-oops to my brothers. We all shine, nobody victims. I'm on these sweatsuits, black Pippins. I swag different. That's why the money in the bag different. Come up short, you left your fam. I lay on beaches and swerving whips. You ain't serving, you just an urban myth. Every day get flea. Ride around Queens on a jet ski, it's me. Every day get to the day I die. Every day get, man, I that and I that bouncing up.